Hi, everybody, and welcome to my sunroom. My name is Michele Lau, and I am a gemstone and jewelry expert for QVC US. I'm DCA certified and a graduate in diamonds with the Gemological Institute of America. I wanted to stop in here quickly and talk to you a little bit about our Affinity diamond collection, which is our diamonds from the earth, and our Firelight lab grown diamond collection, and kind of outline some of the similarities and some of the differences that I get questions about all the time. In particular, I'm going to talk a lot about ethical reasons for buying each of them, and then also some of the perceived environmental and sustainability issues that people talk about in the world of diamonds. So there's really a few key reasons that people buy lab grown diamonds. First of all, the prices are a lot less expensive on lab grown diamonds. You get bigger diamonds for less money, which is always a good thing, right? But there are some reasons that people cite as ethical reasons that they purchase them, whether they be true or not. And then there's also some perceived environmental benefits too, which I do want to touch on. We've all probably heard a lot about lab grown diamonds in the last couple of years, but more and more people are saying to me, I really don't understand what they are. I don't get what's different about them. Are they real? That comes up all the time. So I just want to make it really clear that lab grown diamonds are here to stay. They have changed the jewelry industry forever. It has been a natural progression of things. They actually started lab growing diamonds back in the 1950s. And there's a growing number of people that are looking for them for engagement rings. I mean, members of my own family have gotten married in lab grown diamonds. It's really funny. One of my nephews got married in lab grown diamonds. The other one got married in from the earth diamonds, and from the same family, approximately the same age, but they had very different philosophies on why they were buying the diamonds and how they wanted to use them. So lower price definitely is a factor for lab grown versus natural or from the earth. Size is an issue. You can get much bigger diamonds for less, but let's all agree that both are diamonds. And it's really almost impossible to discern the difference of the two products unless you have a lot of training and a lot of advanced equipment. So value for the dollar, lower price, bigger size. I mean, this is what the retailers and customers too are really keying into. They're really talking about value, lower prices, and the size for the money. I mean, I like to call it bigger, bolder, brighter diamonds, because affinity diamonds are awesome and each one is unique and special, but it's the rarity and the scarcity of the Affinity diamond collection. I mean, the fact that they've been billions of years in the Earth's crust, all of the past histories that diamonds represent. This is why I choose, as a more traditional customer, from the Earth diamonds as something I would wear as my wedding set. Now, I am willing to experiment with lab grown too. I mean, but before we get into that, let's talk about ethics. Let's talk about the ethical reasons that I think that you should buy your diamond jewelry, both Firelight lab grown and Affinity from the earth from QVC. The wonderful thing about today is you have choices. A number of years ago, you wouldn't have had these kind of choices that you have today. So yes, diamond mining has its share of problems, okay, as far as the environment goes and what people talk about. But what you might not know is that there are now companies out there, and this is a relatively new development, that are actually certifying diamond companies as sustainable or carbon neutral, which I think is really great. But even the certified companies admit that the current process isn't perfect. They still have a lot of work to do and a lot of benchmarks to hit before everybody feels comfortable. So as an industry, we can always do better. And it's something we're really striving to do better at. Some companies actually call lab created diamonds the solution for blood diamonds. I don't think that's fair at all. If you sit and think about it, untracked diamonds, and really untracked is the key word, whether they're lab grown or whether they're from the earth, I mean, they could both be as risky in the marketplace. And so blood diamonds are all but under control. So they're really not an issue the way that they were a number of years ago with the Kimberley process. But to me, it's the fact that one's from the ground and one's grown in a laboratory does not keep it from going through underground channels at all. So how do you protect yourself? Well, when you buy a Firelight or when you buy an Affinity diamond from the earth, you can buy it from QVC very confidently because we do all the background work for you on that arena. When you couple it with our longstanding relationship with the Gemological Institute of America, and the fact that all of our diamonds are certified with the GIA, both our lab grown and our diamonds from the earth, by the way, I mean, it should give you tremendous peace of mind. And really, when you buy from us, you can expect honesty, transparency, and that continuous improvement. So it means you're not just, we're not just trying to get better and better and better on our own, and trying to be better than our competitors, but we want to be better than we were last year, last month, last week. So we're constantly evolving and changing. And, this is why our diamond customers keep coming back to QVC, and why they've been so loyal, and why this really is the cornerstone of our Affinity program. So lastly, we haven't had much of an opportunity to talk about sustainability and the environment with regards to diamonds. So let's start with Affinity. The Affinity Diamond Collection at QVC is from the earth. Mining diamonds from the earth has had a negative impact on the earth in the past, but there's been a lot of steps forward that I think we should talk about to be fair to the diamond industry. Diamond mining in general is a lot less harmful to the environment than other types of mining, like gold mining, for example, much less harmful than that, because it doesn't make use of toxic chemicals in the mining. And even though there's a lot of environmental risks, if you do a lot of work up front, a lot of proper planning, if you do a lot of regulatory work, you can really minimize what mining a diamond does to the environment. So if you do it ethically, and if you do it properly, and with the proper planning in place, it really can have a much smaller impact on the earth than what you might think. I'll give you an example. The Canadian Arctic, really fragile ecosystem, right? And they are super heavily regulated to protect the surroundings. There's other places too in the world that are famous for diamonds, like Namibia, for example, or Botswana. I mean, they've been really successful in implementing environmental safeguards in their diamond mining. And the areas that are altered by diamond mining actually can be rehabilitated. There's a lot of examples of this all throughout the globe. And diamonds do come from a number of different places globally, but they don't come from all over the world, like I hear some people say. It's not like everywhere you turn there's a diamond mine. Okay, there's 20 or so diamond mines in the world today. So some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller, some diamond mines are producing, some are not producing so much. But just to give you, again, some examples, in Canada, in Namibia, and Botswana, they actually schedule land restoration. So when the mining operations close down, they have a plan. I mean, even in the Kano district in Sierra Leone, where the land was once thought to be beyond repair, those are the famous ones that you hear about, and people say, oh, look, they ruined the earth. Well, land restoration is improving the landscape there. It's turning into farming fields and communities. Local communities are working with international partners. They're filling in mining pits, for example. They're bringing back native species, not only of plants, but also of animals. They're replacing the topsoil. I mean, the ecosystem is being restored, and not only to its former prosperity, but in many cases beyond that. So we're talking about productive farming, where which offers jobs and opportunity where in the past it wouldn't have been there. So I really have to give it to the diamond miners. I think we're making incredible headway, but there's still a lot of work to be done. So that's our Affinity from the Earth Diamond Collection. Now let's pivot, still talking about diamonds, but talking about diamonds that are grown in a laboratory situation. Diamonds that are grown in labs are grown in countries like China, Singapore, and the US. And a lot of the QVC product is actually US based. But again, we go to many different places to get it. I will tell you that the places lean really heavily on fossil fuels for energy. So it takes a huge amount of power to create a diamond. And I mean, you just look at Mother Nature and you can kind of get a feeling for that, right? I mean, billions of years in the Earth's crust, hundreds of miles underground, and now we can grow them in a laboratory, but we still need that power. We need to create the diamond and it can lead to significant output, in carbon and in pollution. And on average, greenhouse gas emissions are about 3 times as much as there are for mining diamonds from the earth. So you have that to deal with. So when I hear that, it's more, friendly to the environment, I always think to myself, let's not be misleading here. Let's be really accurate about it. But lab grown diamonds are pretty great. I mean, the claims that lab grown diamonds are somehow more ethical, though, or more environmentally friendly does not appear to be based really on anything ethical or any environmental benefit. It's a perception. And I think there's a place for mine diamonds because they provide a lot of jobs, a lot more jobs than lab grown. The labs can be set up in a variety of places all over the world, but they do use a lot of energy. I mean, at the end of the day, they're both diamonds. They're both chemically, physically, optically diamonds. So what's a girl to do? Well, if you want a bigger, brighter, and more affordable diamond, I'm going to steer you towards our Firelight lab grown diamond collection. If you want something that's more rare and more scarce, or you're just a more traditional customer, well, then I recommend the Affinity Diamond Collection at QVC. I personally love both of them. I like buying the traditional jewelry from Affinity. I love buying the fashion pieces from our lab grown, from the Firelight collection, and they're all so beautiful. In fact, I'll tell you what, diamonds have changed a lot in the last couple of years. All of our diamonds at QVC now, we send them out to be inspected and certified by the Gemological Institute of America. So when you buy at QVC, you can buy with a lot of confidence that what you're getting is what we say you're getting. I hope you do give it a try. Try just one piece of Firelight lab grown or come home to Affinity Diamond Jewelry, but do come see us on QVC. Next week's going to be a big diamond week. Again, we have a TSV during the gold and silver sale, which is, I believe, on Tuesday of next week. And then on Thursday morning at 2 a.m., an entire hour dedicated to nothing but Firelight diamonds. So I'll see you then. My name is Michele Lau. I am a gemstone and jewelry expert for QVC. And until I see you next time, get out there and shine.